We're diving deep into that provocative title. The US military is made in China. It's almost like a metaphor for China's sweeping advancements in sectors like AI, cars, and nuclear power.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a striking concept. What do you think is really behind that title?
Well, yeah, it's fascinating. It suggests that even institutions we assume are solely domestic, such as the US military, might be entwined with global manufacturing and technology supply chains, especially from China.
Right, so it's not about literally having Chinese built tanks, but more about the reliance on cutting edge tech and components that China dominates in, right?
Exactly, it's like China's supremacy in AI and advanced manufacturing in fields like the automotive and nuclear sectors is, well, redefining global power structures.
Yep, I'm curious. How does this tie into the broader narrative of global supply chains and technological competition between the US and China?
It's all interconnected. If you look at it, China's aggressive investment and innovation in AI is not only pushing boundaries in consumer tech, but, as the title suggests, it's also seeping into areas traditionally controlled by Western
Right.
powers.
That makes the concept of made in China take on a whole new meaning when applied to military and defense.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like a wake up call that modernization and high tech manufacturing have become global endeavors. And, it's like China's been quietly challenging the status quo for years.
But doesn't that raise concerns about security and dependence? I mean, if critical components, even for the military, depend on an overseas manufacturing ecosystem, isn't that risky?
Absolutely. That's one of the core debates. It's like the US military's technology is increasingly intertwined with global supply chains. And if China holds the reins in critical areas like AI hardware or even nuclear power components, it's a huge strategic vulnerability.
Exactly. And it's not just about physical goods, right? There's also the role that China's AI supremacy plays in cybersecurity, data analytics, and decision making tools that may indirectly affect defense systems.
Right. And when you think about it, AI isn't just a tool, it's a force multiplier. China's heavy investment in AI research is like revolutionizing not just civilian industries, but also military logistics and strategy development.
I see, so the title is almost like a double entendre, emphasizing both economic influence and the technological undercurrents that drive modern warfare.
Very much so. And it's interesting to note how this idea is captured in a PGX clip with Balaji Srinivasan, who has been pretty outspoken about these trends.
Right, right. Speaking of Balaji, his perspective always seems to challenge conventional narratives. How does his take here push the conversation forward?
Well, Balaji argues that the West, especially the US, has somewhat underestimated the rapid pace of China's technological growth. He suggests that sectors like advanced manufacturing, AI, and nuclear capabilities are areas where China is not simply catching up, but in some cases leading the charge.
That's interesting because it almost flips the narrative on global supremacy, huh? It's like saying the traditional centers of power are investing in systems they no longer fully control.
Exactly. It's a sort of paradigm shift. And it's like the US military, despite its prowess, is in part built on a global network where Chinese components really
Yes,
matter.
indeed. But don't you think there's a bit of an overstatement there? I mean, many would argue that the US still holds an edge in technology integration and strategic innovation.
That's a fair critique. It might be a bit of a stretch, an oversimplification, if you will. However, the underlying message remains potent. China's rapid advancements are reshaping global dynamics in ways that we can't ignore.
True. And I guess that raises questions about how the US might rethink its supply chains and defense strategies in response.
Absolutely. It's almost like a call to action. If you're relying on external sources for critical technologies, you need to either diversify or bolster domestic production. And that's the key takeaway from these discussions.
Right. And it doesn't just stop at manufacturing. There's a broader geopolitical implication here, right? How these technological shifts can translate into soft and hard power.
Yes, definitely, it's like a cascade effect. China's leadership in AI and advanced tech becomes a lever for economic and military influence. It's not merely about making cars or power plants, but about controlling future narratives of power.
Yeah. It makes one wonder if the US might have unknowingly facilitated these trends through, say, offshoring and industrial policy choices in previous decades.
Exactly. It's like a complex web where past decisions mesh with current realities to create, well, unexpected dependencies.
And given that the video clip is just over 3.5 minutes long, it packs quite a punch in terms of conveying these ideas quickly.
Right, it's a concentrated dose of geopolitical commentary. The clip not only examines military ties, but expands the narrative to tech supremacy more broadly.
Yep. I also noticed references to China's automotive industry dominating, which is surprising given the stereotype of American muscle cars and engineering. How does that fit in?
Oh, it's like the automotive sector is evolving too. Smart cars, electric vehicles, autonomous driving, all of which rely heavily on AI. And China is investing exponentially in these areas, making it a leader in the new transportation era.
Absolutely. So, in a way, the old world image of rivalry between US muscle and Chinese efficiency gets reshaped by modern innovation.
Precisely, and it's not just a battle of tradition versus innovation, but rather a shift in who can best integrate advanced tech into everyday industry and defense.
And then there's nuclear power, a sector with enormous strategic importance. China's strides there underline like their ambition to be a global superpower in every sense.
Yeah, nuclear technology represents high stakes. China's capability in manufacturing and deploying nuclear systems, both civilian and potential military, is a testament to how far they've come. And it's an area historically dominated by few, now profoundly contested.
Right. With all these advancements, what does this mean for future military and strategic balances?
Well, it's like we're at a technological inflection point. If you combine AI, advanced manufacturing, and nuclear power, these factors together could redefine power structures. It means that future conflicts or global influence might pivot on who controls these key
Yeah,
technologies.
absolutely. That really highlights the urgency. So, while the title might be sensational, it encapsulates a complex reality about global tech leadership and national security.
Yeah, it's a bit of a wake up call, and it serves as both a critique and a challenge to traditional power assumptions. The message is clear: technological evolution, especially with China leading in some domains, carries massive implications for strategy and security.
Definitely a conversation starter. It really makes you reconsider how intertwined our modern military and industrial strategies are with global networks, especially those emerging from China.